Okay, this is for anyone who wants to get into making their own liquid for the RDA, or in fact, even in any electronic cigarette. What you're going to need is propylene glycol, PG. I bought this on Amazon. It's 1 litre and it cost me £9. You're also going to need vegetable glycerine if you want to get good vape production. Like this. This is just the juice that I've already made up, and this is what it would look like on a 0.4 ohm coil. Still vape. And if you want a flavour like I'm going for, I'm going to need menthol crystals, and these cost me £10 from Amazon. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, you've got 30 quid worth here, which some people would think is quite a lot, but it will actually make you around 120ml bottles, and this one cost me £4, also from Amazon. And yeah, so to weigh up the cost, 30 quid versus 400 quid. Come on. And if you want a little bit of kick, I've bought some really strong nicotine in menthol. So if you wanted it nicotine in there and you didn't want to pay the £50 per litre online, just literally drop that on there, and there's your throat hit. Right, I'll just get to it. All I've done here is I took some menthol crystals. Not many, you don't need a lot, it does go a long way. And you shouldn't really touch this, but as long as you don't get it near your eye, you'll be fine. A piece of paper will work, but I'm using a Domino's leaflet. I've put literally 1/4 teaspoon in there and just been rolling it, just until you get a fine powder. And while I've been doing that, I've got a bowl of hot water and a little cup. Normally you'd use your little 10-20ml bottle, but I'm warming this little plastic cup, and then I'm going to add my PG into the cup. And what that do is that warm the PG up. You don't want it hot, but you don't want it cold. You want it slightly above room temperature. Apparently there's some sort of science. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but this is what works for me. You'll get a clear liquid. If this isn't warm, this can reform as crystals, and you'll find it sort of building up at the top. I've got this all over me, and you won't be able to get it out, and it will basically just split. It will separate, and it will be no good. So make sure that your jar is soaking in warm water, just to heat the plastic up ever so slightly. And yeah, I'll show you the next step now. So I'm going to aim for a 50-50 mix, because you get better vape as opposed to just using one or the other. But you've got to go straight in with your PG first, as the menthol crystal, which is now powder, dissolves a lot better. When you stick it in vegetable glycerin, because it's so thick, it takes ages to mix. But this is just what I find works for me. So I've got the majority there, about 1/2 teaspoon, and I'll just pop that straight in there and give it a little stir. And it should start to dissolve straight away, which it is doing, because the PG is now warm. So it only takes a few seconds. You don't want to heat up your PG too much, but I'm pretty sure you can see that it started to dissolve. But just leave that in there, just for a few minutes, until it's completely dissolved. And then we can add the same amount of VG to build it up to a 50-50 mix. And this will be your concentrate. This will sit in there quite happily. And what you'll do is you'll make yourself a separate one. So this would be a concentrated version of what your end product will be. My Labrador is just so nosy. So what you'll do is you'll just make yourself another one of 50-50 with this and this, and you'll just add a few drops of your concentrated menthol until you find it is the way you like it. I add 10 drops of it to a 10 ml vessel, and I find that to be a good enough throat hit. It's like an ice blast. But yeah, that's it. So this is the VG. It is very thick. It's like runny honey. Pop that back in there. Take this out of the water now. And obviously you can shake it up. Shake it up in a little drip bottle, but that is it. That is as simple as it is. That is your concentrated e-juice. And you're just literally going to mix it with these two until you find it's to your liking. It is that simple. I'll show you how it vapes. So I've got my Hammer Clone mod. With the coil it reads 0.40, and this is the juice. So good. If you want to save money, this works out at 7p per 20 ml. And it tastes the same as the stuff I bought off of Amazon. That's it. Happy vaping.